Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. This is Adnan and today we will be playing NBA 2K25. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Pistons going up against the Boston Celtics. Alright, let's do this.
Introducing the starting lineup for the visiting Detroit Pistons. At power forward, Tobias Harris. At center, Isaiah Stewart. At shooting guard, Jaden Ivey. At the L forward position, Asar Thompson. At the other guard, Cade Cunningham. The head coach of the visiting team is J.D. Bickerstaff. Now introducing the Boston Celtics. At the point guard position, 6'4", number 4, Drew Holiday. In the middle, standing 7'2", number 8, Kristaps Porzingis. At guard, 6'4", number 9, Derek White. At small forward, at 6'6", number 7, Jaylen Brown. At forward, number 0,
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. We'll watch the Boston Celtics in this one as they go up against the Detroit Pistons. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analysts, Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, plus reporting from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. All right, let's see what Detroit has coming up. On Monday, they're off to Oklahoma City to face off with the Thunder. Then on Tuesday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets.
And looking at the Jazz matchup, that one will be the 7th on the season for them. The team will still be looking to improve each time they take the floor.
Now look at Detroit's starting lineup. Cunningham and Ivey work together as the backcourt. Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4, and it's Stewart in at the 5. And for the Celtics, Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Well, Grant, still very early. How long do you think it takes these teams to form an identity?
You know, B.A., it really depends on what the makeup of the team is. How many returners are there? Do you have lots of new faces? Is it a lot of the same players but a new coach? Those things make a huge difference.
Now here's Stewart. Really had his troubles in that loss to Dallas. He just couldn't find his rhythm. And that one's good. Cunningham.
Cutting apart the defense on the drive. Cunningham skilled at getting to the cup.
So it's Boston now, following the score by Detroit. Here's Holiday. And there's the rejection. Tatum against Harris. Out to Thompson. On the wing, Ivey. Back to Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
You know, he's run that set a lot, even in his college days. Ivey's aware of every option he has in the pick and roll.
Tatum, a screen on Cunningham. Holiday passes to Tatum. Kick out to Brown. This one for three. Doesn't go that time.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Here's Ivy. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. To the middle, and stolen by Porzingis.
Well, getting in the lane and making your presence known is a crucial part of the defense for these guys.
Tatum, a screen on Thompson. Brown passes to Tatum. Thompson with a steal. And now the Pistons in transition. Harris against Porzingis. Thompson right side. Harris on the wing. And stolen by Porzingis. Into the lane. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Wow, that's the mobility of Porzingis gliding in for the finish.
Cunningham against Holiday. Here's the three. Hits the trifecta. Cunningham's got 5 now.
And that's what they want
Shooting
to do.
poorly right now, but hopefully things
All right,
change.
let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked him what's the key to slowing down Cade Cunningham. Coach said, quote, not letting him get clean looks inside the arc. Cade is a terrific mid-range shooter and a solid finisher inside, so we just have to get a hand in his face on every shot. Limiting his production could be the difference in this game.
And Allie, thank you for that. Holland, he's checked in for Detroit.
At the line for your Celtics, Pistons, Porzingis. At the line, shooting 1.
Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, BA, at 7'2". It isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
Celtics trail by 4. Outside Tatum. From the arc. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Just tremendous understanding and fundamental basketball by Jason Tatum in pick and roll action. Beautiful.
Here's Holland, hounded by Tatum. And here's Ivy from the arc. Boston pulls it in.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
White, the pass to Tatum. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Doris, it seems like every year Tatum's name is right atop the MVP ballot.
To me, Brian, it speaks not only to his talent, but also his consistency and the work ethic. The game is important to him. He's versatile. He's clutch. He's everything you want in a star player.
And it's tied up with that one. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
And now they lead as the free throw drops in for him. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. making a switch here. Springer's checked in. All right, with this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year. Number 1, the Celtics.
And their gritty mentality when it came to defense was really infectious. They were the best last year at holding opposing teams to low-scoring totals.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter.
Good defense.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Here's Pritchard. They set the screen. Pass to Hauser. Outside, Brown. 6 to shoot. Fires the 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 1. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Well, the Pistons have struggled despite the improvement of their young cornerstone, Cade Cunningham. He said, quote, "This league rewards winning. People are going to say everything I'm doing is empty and meaningless until I win games. That's what I plan on doing, and once I do that, all the other stuff will come with it." Guys?
That's a great perspective to keep right there, Allie. Thank you. It's Giddey on the wing. Looking to win the run. Boston pulls it in. They come into this one following a loss to Brooklyn.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense.
With a 9-footer. Here's Sasser. Pure from 3-point range.
And I'll tell you what, that's what being unselfish is all about. Ivy finding the open man.
Here's Pritchard. Lets the 3 fly. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Celtics. They lead by a bucket. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
When you look back at the history of the league, Doris, no position has evolved more than the center.
You know, B.A., that's a tremendous point because when you look at some of the best players in the league, they occupy the 5 spot. They're asked to do so much. Defensively, protect the rim. Be able to switch out and guard smaller players on the perimeter. Now you're being asked to be able to make shots from 3. I mean, big man's got a lot of responsibility in today's game.
They've got Peyton Pritchard, and it's Springer in at the 2. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. So it's Detroit now. This is their first chance this season playing Boston.
Hey, come around.
Sasser outside. Pass to Giddey. And here's Harris. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. Now here's Tatum. The 3.
Nice.
Tatum drills the 3.
Jason Tatum has built such consistency from beyond the arc. Doesn't matter if there's a contest or not.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And here we have the 2K leaderboard with last year's best 3-point shooters. Number 1, Jason Tatum.
Distance shooters are so accurate these days. It's a real honor to have topped that list.
Pistons trail by 3. And here's Sasser. Pass to Giddey. Sasser with the ball. Here's Holland. Here's Harris. Queta pulls it in. Boston leading by 3. Tatum from long range. No good. Sasser outside. And here's Giddey. Here's Moore. No points yet. Inside, Holland. Shireman grabs the board. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. They set a pick. Pritchard, the pass to Queta. Can't get it to drop.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
That's good from Giddey on the assist from Holland. Giddey's got his first points of the night.
Boy, it looked like the defense was perfectly positioned. Outstanding contest. And Josh Giddey says, I don't care. I'm scoring anyway.
Tatum from long range.
Nice.
Drains it. Now he's 3 for 5.
2 trays now in the second quarter after he hit one in the first.
Pistons trail by 4. Here's Sasser. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Pritchard. There's a screen. To the inside. Queta uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's what's up.
And the Celtics lead by 6.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
Giddey passes to Harris. This shot's good on the assist by Giddey.
Always ready to fire. Give Harris a good pass. Tobias will get you an assist.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. So Boston ends up going with a new group. A big group substitution here for Detroit. .152 left in the first half of this game. Cunningham against Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Oh, Porzingis getting it done inside.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Detroit. Doris, even as he gets up there in age, Drew Holiday is still an elite defender.
Brian, it's really remarkable how valuable a piece he is. They call him the Swiss Army knife because he is one of those rare individuals that can guard all 5 positions. He understands schemes. He's willing to mix things up. Drew Holiday is
Come on.
period.
And Harris has no problems throwing himself on the boards, using his athleticism to track down misses.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Tobias Harris at the line for 1.
Capable of playing both the 3 and 4 spots, Harris's versatility is his greatest strength.
White on the wing. Releases. They shoot again. Here's Porzingis. Holiday looking for an opening. Clock at 4. Over Cunningham. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
Down low. Here's Porzingis. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Porzingis has got 9.
Well, this is where you see Jaylen Brown has evolved as a playmaker for his teammates. That's a pretty pass.
Here's Cunningham. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. First trip to the line for him here.
And something I remember from their last outing, he was excellent at the charity stripe.
Cunningham at the line for 2.
Hope they miss both.
He misses the free throw.
That's 1.
Yeah, can you say total package? Cunningham, the prototype guard these days.
And he sinks the second.
Dagger.
Celtics lead by 3.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
And here's Brown for 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Celtics out in front, up 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court drums. Their measurement of the shot. Give it up for our contestants.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games. Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around the league gotten a little too creative?
I wish you wear an alternative jersey every once in a while, Ernie.
Yeah, man. You know, your threads are getting a little bit stale. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up with this? I just asked a basketball question, and now it's a personal attack. I'm done with you two. Shifting focus, how about this tight game the Detroit Pistons find themselves in?
Look at the rebounding numbers. I'm surprised they've stayed this close. They're not cleaning the glass. It's more like they're fogging it up.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
Put in work on our rebound.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Boston leading by 3. And on the floor for J.B. Bickerstaff as we get into the second half. Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. And it's Stewart in at the 5, roaming the paint.
But Drew Holiday is just so solid in the 2-man action. You see it on display there.
Detroit has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. No good with the triple.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, last season Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said it sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling. Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. Cunningham can't get that one to fall.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And the basket by Holiday.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
Cunningham passes to Harris. From 13, Porzingis grabs the board.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Porzingis sets a screen to the paint. Holiday finds Porzingis. And it goes! As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Boston shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Celtics. Pistons, Porzingis. At the line with 1 shot.
Porzingis, no good on the free throw. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
And that one's good. Cunningham.
Yeah, what a massive showing from Cade Cunningham. It's been really a treat to watch.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Richards checked in for Boston. And with a pause in the action, here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. The Pistons, 3rd.
Well, they made a huge commitment to rebounding last year, and it showed in the numbers. They were spectacular.
Boston leading by 7. Porzingis with a screen on Cunningham. Pritchard. 3-pointer off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Unbelievable. Ivy living that life above.
I don't know what happened here, but Detroit started cooking on me.
5G slam cam.
You start seeing the next barrage.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And stolen by Cunningham. Oh, Cunningham rises up.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point in the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change
2
the
steals.
whole tone. It helps your opponent
Back to
get
back.
into a little bit of a rhythm.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Now here's Tatum. 14 points for him. Drills it from
Nice.
deep. Tatum's got 17 points.
They are shooting the lights out and doing a good job of maintaining this lead.
Here's Ivy, and he goes in for the dunk.
And this is what makes Ivy special, his ability to finish with power at the rim.
And Brown has got the ball here for Boston. They've led by as much as 10. Well, when this game is over and done with, they'll be off to Utah to take on the Jazz. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Now here's Brown. Tatum with a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Brown, no good. And here are the Pistons. They're on an 11-3 run. Harris's shot is good. Give him 8.
In so many ways, Harris can beat you. He has the size and skill to score from all 3 levels.
Pass to Holiday. Porzingis with it. Stewart defends. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far at the line.
Porzingis at the the line for 2 shots.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
There's a reason people call Kristaps Porzingis the unicorn. A 7-foot big man, but boy, what a sweet shooter he is.
Cadis checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for Drew Holiday.
Okay.
Both free throws good from Porzingis.
I think for Kristaps Porzingis, we know unequivocally the talent, the shooting, the shot blocking, everything is there for him to impact the game. The key is just stay healthy.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Here's Pritchard. Still no points. That shot, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to Clinton. Here's Holland. Here's the pick. Now here's Sasser. For the lead. Queta pulls it in. Queta's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Pritchard. Oh, off target. And we wrap up the third, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting fourth. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. We've got Jason Tatum, and it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Sasser, and out of bounds. The Celtics will take it.
Even game.
Boston with the ball. Outside Tatum. There's a screen. Pass to Hauser. Rebounded by the Pistons. Here's Holland. Back to Giddey. To the middle to take the lead. A nice shot by Chandler. And the Pistons lead by 2.
Well, you have got to be impressed with Josh Giddey's awareness of where his teammates are at all times.
Outside Tatum. To the inside. Look at Tatum using his length.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Boston with some changes. Walsh checked in for Hauser, and Holiday subbed in for Springer. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
J.B. Bickerstaff had some words for his team over the break. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. With the crossover, blocked. Here's Pritchard, right side Tatum. And Tatum fires one home.
When you allow Jason Tatum to build momentum offensively, it can be a scary night.
Here's Sasser. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Outside Giddey. And he's going for the lob. Coy left it right in the sweet spot with the lob. Nicely done.
Nice touch on both ends of that alley-oop.
Hey, when he let go of the pass, I had no idea what he was going for. Inside.
The great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected.
Already such a terrific passer. Love seeing Josh Giddey share the wealth.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. They've led by as much as 10. And there's a pick for 3. Count that one. He's 8 for 10 from the field now.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And it's a completely new group for the Pistons. Pistons trail by 3. Ivy outside. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And it's Cunningham missing. The Celtics have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the 4th. Here's Pritchard. He's watched by Cunningham. Queta gets the bucket.
Nice.
Trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Here's Cunningham. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th now. Nice touch by Cunningham inside.
Not afraid of taking big shots. Cunningham rises to the occasion and delivers.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And Boston with some changes. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Queta. Brown comes in for Walsh. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. White coming through.
Well, Derek White fearless on the interior right there. Tremendous finish.
Cunningham against Holiday. Shot from 12. The rebound, Celtics. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now. Porzingis sets a screen. Holiday passes to Porzingis. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight.
You have to know how to play pick and roll in today's NBA. And Porzingis has got great instincts of when to dive and when to fade.
And here's Boston. They're on a 15-6 run. Pass to Brown. Lets it fly. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And it's a 9-point Boston lead.
Well, this is where having a tighter handle helps Jaylen Brown in pick and roll play. Just gets to his spot and scores it.
Here's Cunningham. And the jumper is good at the free throw line. Cunningham's got 4 points in the quarter.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases.
Gotta be careful with my passes.
And you can tell Cunningham is a very determined player, refusing to give up on the situation.
Now here's Holiday, and they call an illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
We got to see that one again. That block was all-out effort.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Cunningham against Holiday. Cade taking it in, and it's in. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
And using that strong frame, Cunningham is able to drive in and muscle through contact.
On the wing, Tatum. Porzingis sets a screen. Tatum passes to Porzingis. And it's Harris with the rebound. And it's Detroit with the ball.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
I'll tell you, they better come up with some points on every possession from now on.
And they'll keep possession. There's Cunningham with a 3. Misses the 3. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
There's 6 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second team foul. At the line for the Celtics. Jason Tatum at the line for 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, you love a guy who gets himself to the line, takes his time, and makes the free throws. Complete professional.
Detroit calls timeout. There's 6 seconds left in the 4th quarter. All right, guys, what do you think?
A lot to talk about here, but hey, this game is likely out of reach.
Well, maybe it could wait until after the game because this one is over.
Here's Cunningham. Harris outside. From outside the arc. No good there. And so it's Boston with the W. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
And BA, they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you. I'm here with Jason Tatum. And Jason, congratulations on the win. What did you like about this team's performance tonight?
Our toughness. And, you know, we figuring it out. It's early, but we taking it game by game, quarter by quarter. And everybody contributing. So, you know, I liked it.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. And let's reveal our player of the game, Jason Tatum.
This has been Adeline. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe.